So let's talk some more about the increased federal presence in Chicago. Investigative reporter Chuck Goudie has been talking with former FBI officials who are voicing concerns about having federal agents working side by side with soldiers or even with ICE on immigration sweeps. Chuck Goudie joining us now. Chuck.
Stefan, President Trump's show of force in Chicago now includes federalized troops working on the streets with federal agents from ICE, the FBI, and other U.S. law enforcement agencies. Tonight, NBC5 investigates the practicality and safety of that move for officers, soldiers, and the public. From tear gas and pepper ball shots in the suburbs to U.S. Border Patrol cadres here on the river and city street patrols, the Trump administration now has Chicago on a war footing, with soldiers and immigration enforcement for the first time working operations with the FBI.
It's not our responsibility to determine whether somebody's status is legal or not legal. Our job is to get intelligence and send it to the right people who can affect decisions.
Rob Grant spent 29 years at the FBI, including Chicago's longest stint as special agent in charge of the Bureau field office here. When Grant left in 2012, he says a forced deployment to the streets with U.S. military or with ICE was unthinkable.
Lumping the FBI into this process really is not understanding the FBI mission, which I would say from the White House down to the current director. If I was in charge of the FBI now, I'd probably be fired within 24 hours because I don't think it's appropriate what they're doing.
They're not trained to be street officers, and that's a risk not just to the federal officers and their safety, but it's also a risk to the citizens.
Kate Schweit was an assistant Cook County State's attorney and then longtime FBI official who oversaw mass shooting investigations.
The FBI has a big responsibility that we all count on to do their jobs to take care of national, international concerns when it comes to terrorism and protecting the citizens. And their priorities, I think, need to continue to focus on the things that they're experts in and that we rely on them to be able to do.
Schweit is now a law professor at DePaul and a crime author. She's hopeful mass shootings and targeted violence can be reined in. Tonight, former Chicago FBI boss Rob Grant is less optimistic that political-related violence can be controlled.
I have just been dismayed at the discourse at the political level from both current and former political leaders of this country who don't seem to have apparently any responsibility for their own voices.
It is the nation's top leaders who have deployed this federal show of force to work side by side with agents from FBI, ATF, DEA, and other U.S. law enforcement agencies here in Chicago and Portland, Oregon, with other locales to come. When those federal officers are pulled from their regular duties, that means their ongoing cases focused on organized crime, drug, human trafficking, public corruption, etc., are all being pushed to the side for immigration work and securing federal property. Stefan?
Well, even think of those Border Patrol agents. Are they being pulled from the border to come here to Chicago?
In some cases, that is true.
A lot of questions about this. All right. Chuck Goudie, we appreciate it.